Yo, it is time. Yo. Alright. Welcome one, welcome all. It is time for Boruto Manga Chapter 56. Yo. How are we looking here? 7 persons, 3 likes. I wonder if we get those up. Who's in the chat? Yo, Hidden Leaf. Wow, go on, man. Welcome. Anime Mafia King of Pandemonium. really. Alright. Self-proclaimed title. I can't take that from you. What's up, people? William, welcome, man. Yo, honestly. Those of you that are in the Discord already know, but honestly, for the most part, I had no idea that the chapter dropped today. If I'm being completely honest, for the longest while the site was saying the 19th of March, especially since the 20th of this month falls on a Saturday. Naturally, well, usually the case is that it would come out on the 19th, the Friday, but 18th, so I make a community post like, I don't know, around after 4 my time, and then Yafi, who is a kind of a frequent watcher to the channel, and another person responded to my community post, and they were like, yo, the chapter's out. I'm like, what? Here's me, like, what? Yo, Anthony, welcome. But no, so all of you have read the chapter already. So as per usual on these work months or work days of mine, I'm like the last to the party. You guys remember when I used to like cover the chapter as it dropped? But no, I gotta be a productive member of society. So hey. Wait, Uchiha Nation, Adarsh, welcome. Yeah man, we're there. It'd be nice if you guys could share out the stream and thing, get the likes up. I would prefer to have, well, we are 10 viewers now, but if we could get the likes up, everybody here, you know, show a little support, you know, just like up the stream. Yes, me. Jano, like up the stream. Alright, good vibes. Kinda getting up there. Alright, so it's 8:38 my time. We'll be starting exactly at... Yeah, wait, Envious? I haven't seen you on the channel for forever. Don't rush me, brother. This is my show. Just relax, isn't me? I just want to see if... Give it till 8:40. See if anybody else trickling. Yeah. But... yeah. But I hope everyone's doing great. There's one thing I got to check as well. Give me 1 second here. Alright, so I can close this here. And then what else again? Something else we need to check. Something else. Wait, Sid! Oh god, man. Yo, welcome to the stream, dog. I hope everyone's great, by the way. So, Sid, man, I don't know if I read the stream yet. Well, we'll read the chapter yet. But we are both a go through. We are both a start for the most part. Alright, so I can close this. Alright, good quality, decent. Alright, it's that time. Let me just switch over to the next screen here. Alright, so here we go. Chapter 56 code. Or is it number 56 code? Alright, so I'm not gonna lie, this cover page here, I don't know if it's the difference between the design of the anime and the manga design, but this looks kind of like a weird design for Sumeri. In a good way, I guess? I don't know. But it looks off. I don't know. But anyway, let's go. No, no. Modesty does not become you. So, seems we have a bit of a time skip. Not the time skip we were expecting, but yeah. Wait, Naga God? Welcome, welcome. Alright, so it was clever. It was your cleverness that kept the damage to our village minimal, wasn't it? Which basically makes you the one who saved the... Come on. Alright, if I'm being honest, the idea between the collaboration between Boruto and Sasuke, yeah. Because if they had fought in the village, boy, honestly, the ramen, the siege of 6 ramen bowls would have had to step in, you see me? Alright, anyway, it really wasn't all that, you know? In fact, I was past out most of the... And what's it called again? The awesome troops of years that swooped down and saw that notorious Otsutsuki hole. There are actually quite a large number of people who witnessed it happen. Oh, that's the... I wish this were over already. Yeah, this guy's sounding a bit pushy. Like, I'm gonna push some agenda to make Boruto like the big hero. Uchiha Nation. Alright, so yeah, I have a kind of like a filter over this the thing because I don't want the stream to be a substitute for you guys reading it for yourself and, you know, potential copyright and stuff. So yeah, let me copy the link to the site and pin it in the chat. Hold on. So and I'm gonna pin it there. Alright guys, so the link is pinned in the chat now. And thing. Yeah, because I really don't want... I just want to avoid any copyright and thing. So I would even usually have myself in the middle of the screen, much less. So yeah. So alright, yeah, that does it there. Yeah, even better. Alright, so let me know if that link works for you guys. But I'm gonna continue in the meantime, but let me know in the chat. Anyway, so we're back in Konoha. We have Amada, of course. Not bad at all. How about the rest of you? Any points of concern this last week? Oh, it's been a week. Wow, really? I wonder what Koda's been doing. Not really. It feels just like my old hand. I'm speechless. I didn't expect him to regain his hand so quickly, and without any sign of rejection. Of course not, there wouldn't be. As it's a genuine article engineered from his own cells. Makes sense. Just one of the spare parts I'd made before coming here. This wouldn't be possible if he were an ordinary human, and his whole body not a scientific ninja tool. Sorry Kawaki, this is going to sting a bit. You know, I'm not a snotty-nosed brat. You don't need to keep saying stuff. Just do whatever you need to do. You know, this is funny considering that we had the whole Sumeri and we're going to have even more of the Sumeri and Kawaki thing going forward. Alright, can the attitude Kawaki show some gratitude toward your caretaker? Sumeri is brilliant and a quick learner. I'll be in a world of trouble if you chase her off. What's with your attitude, Amado? Acting all bossy and having an assistant. Isn't Sumeri one of Dr. Katasuke's staff? Why is she with you? Thank you, Kawaki, but this is what Sumeri herself wanted. We were all at a loss when it came to treating your body. It'll be good to have another member on your care team. Alright, makes sense. I still only know the basics, but you can rest assured from here on out. Of course, avoiding injury would help too. I don't know. I feel like I'm growing a bit more fond of the manga design for Sumeri. Anyway, besides, you're always hanging out with Boruto, so I can ask you about him too. Wait a sec, do you like Boruto? The shipping wars begin! Well, granted, they would have started from way back when they were just leaving Katasuke's lab to go investigate why Konoha was missing, so... But let them begin! Voila! the art is very, I don't know, very expressive this month. Yo, don't say it so bluntly. Let's keep it our little secret. Oh, so she admits it. Ah, no, it's so very obvious. Yeah, no, this panel right here is gold. We need to meme this right here with Sumere. Yo, jeez. Whatever, it's no matter to me. So as long as you're able to do your job. Excellent progress. I don't anticipate any big problems with your hand, but don't shirk the routine maintenance. Come back next week. Yeah, can I go now? Kawaki. No, never mind. Let's do it next time. Whatever. Okay. Unfortunately, it appears we are out of time, everyone. Please give another round of applause to the tiny but mighty hero who saved our village, Uzumaki Boruto. Ah, boy. And then Sarada. Jeez, really, Boruto? Acting all moonstruck. Cut him some slack, Sarada. He's putting on a brave face, but he's more depressed than any of us. Ooh. Nice. Inashika Cho in this chapter. Nice, nice. They're keeping this stuff about Karma and his rampage under wraps to avoid causing mass panic, which makes sense. And he can't go on missions because it's too dangerous. He's being secretly watched around the clock. Pretty unbearable, if you ask me. Yeah, that is rough. Yeah, but the missions rule is applying to us too. We don't have a 3-man cell without him. Uchiha Nation, Javaldon. Yo guys, welcome for the persons who are joining in. If you're joining in and you're enjoying the stream so far, definitely leave a like. Helps out the stream. Uchiha Nation, let me know. Did the link work for you? Let me know. Alright, where was I? So okay, so Team 7 is on indefinite hiatus. But I mean, I'm sure for the most part they could have gotten like a replacement, well, for Boruto, give or take. But anyway, yeah, that was my dad's decision. Could this hero treatment and parading him in front of the media be his way of making it up to him? It's so insulting. How? Why? To not have to go on a mission and be on TV? Instead, rocks. Of course, Chocho would say that. How can you say such a thing in this company? This is why, Chubbs. So what's my weight got to do with it? Don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming Boruto or anything, but it's just hard to come to grips with, that's all. What's gonna happen next? Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of suspense building with this chapter because there's a lot of dialogue so far. Well, and we haven't seen Naruto or Sasuke yet. Well, at least in regards to Boruto's karma, they can't just sit around and do nothing. They're gonna need to be proactive, very proactive, because it's at 80%. Maybe Master Shikamaru has an idea or two. One would hope. Alright. Oh, it loaded and thing. Well, go to the main let me, if anything, go to the main site then and then just split the chapter from there. I'll probably pin this instead. Alright, so I'm gonna pin the main site instead. Granted, if anything, if the chapter is already out, I'm pretty sure it should be out on like scantillation websites like Manga Freak or I don't think Manga Panda is still up, is it? Alright. So Boruto's staring out. No! You know what's gonna happen? People are going to say Boruto's getting this treatment way too early because yeah, I was no, there's something off about this. I don't know how to feel because you have the girls now saying, yo, Boruto, he's so cute. Oh my god, you see me? And you know, for the most part, Naruto didn't get this treatment until he was about, you know, at least 17, 18, 19, especially 19. You guys remember in the last Naruto the movie where like Naruto had like a bunch of fans and people were coming from all over the world just to see Naruto? It's kind of almost like that with Boruto in this chapter now. Oops, of course. Kawaki, what a huge bother, this whole celebrity thing. What? Go away if you're just gonna poke fun at me. I'm surprised. I thought you'd be more glum. About karma? Nah, I was over it a long time ago. I don't know how to act or what I should be trying to do about it. Okay, it's just based on what we've learned so far, both of our bodies are about 80% Otsutsuki. Jesus. Otsutsuki. Otsutsufied. Yeah, let's just go with that already. And for you in particular, the Otsutsuki data is still continuing to extract itself from your karma. And when that's completed, the moment you finish becoming Momoshiki's vessel, you, Boruto, will disappear somewhere, and that bastard will supposedly resurrect in your body. You know, it's when they draw Momoshiki's head with Boruto's clothes on that makes it that much more funny. That's why persons have gone on to actually make this thing a meme with, you know, Momoshiki and Boruto's body. Oh, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, it really sucks. I feel like I'm stuck in a nightmare. I thought of something that you could try doing. Why not prepare your own vessel by giving someone else a karma? Okay, you know, somebody actually mentioned this earlier this week as a possible theory for like Boruto making somebody else a vessel. So I don't know if that person actually had seen the spoilers before or just came up with the idea that, yo, yeah, Boruto would actually create a vessel. Granted, he would still have to tap into his Otsutsuki DNA. So he would need to find a way to, you know, pull out that Otsutsuki DNA without Momoshiki going rampant. Let's see. My own vessel? Mind you, this is only a hypothesis that I just came up with. But if Momoshiki resurrects and you end up disappearing, if you had your own vessel somewhere, maybe you could also use it to reincarnate. That's one crazy theory. Besides, if I'm gonna give karma and make a vessel, that means I have to sacrifice someone else, right? No way, man. Don't worry about that. I've got someone in mind already. Someone who'd be perfect. His name is Code, the only other guy to have survived Jigen's ritual. You see, before Isshiki died, no. Before Isshiki died, that would have been one thing, but no, I don't know. Wait, so alright, so finally Code stepping. I wonder where he's going. Code? What sort of person is he? He's the last Kara inner lift. There are still outers, those who do external contract work for Kara, out there in various regions, but once all the inners are gone, they'll essentially cease to function. So he's Kara's lone surviving officer. If we can get rid of him. In addition, Code was entrusted with guarding Ten-Tails in that secure hideout in the other dimensional space. After Sasuke infiltrated it, they went on high alert. I probably don't need to tell you, but Ten-Tails is a dangerous presence. As long as it continues to exist, so too does the danger of the planet getting wiped out via Divine Tree. It must be dealt with as soon as possible. And yet, Sasuke's space-time ninjas has been disabled along with his eye. We know, Rinnegan. Hey. Anyway, and Boruto can't really control his powers, so even if you got there, there's no guarantee that you'll be able to return safely. This Code, he's able to travel freely to and from that space. Of course, he doesn't have space-time ninjutsu, but there are other abilities that make it possible. Okay, interesting. In which case, we need to do something about Code before Ten-Tails gets misused. That sound, okay. Because once Code is out of the way, we can take our time to decide how to dispose of the Ten-Tails. You're not wrong, but be careful. Don't underestimate him. Code isn't like the others. He's special. Alright, so I think that is the confirmation, people, that... Because if most of you that are here now have seen my video talking about, you know, beyond Naruto and Sasuke, Code, well, Kara's strongest. The fact that Code has the non-vessel white karma and the way that it was described last chapter, it would make sense that, okay, fine, the white karma can't act as... The person who has the white karma can't act as a perfect vessel or a vessel for the reincarnation of the Otsutsuki on a spiritual level. So Yeah, but at the same time, since he can activate karma based on how he looked last chapter, he more than likely has Ishiki's power and DNA for the most part, but he's still himself. So if we're to assume he even has 50% of Ishiki's power, then honestly, that's more than enough to wipe out the village. More than enough. No, I'm not talking about just the abilities, but just like if you were to assign a raw power level to Code, he should be as strong as, if not half as strong as Isshiki is what I'm saying. Alright, so new character here. Who are you? Do you know where you are? This is Boro's cult facility. Boro has a cult facility. Wow. I'm an acquaintance of his. Could you just let me inside? Sorry, but Lord Boro ain't here, so go run home. Stupid, stupid. Then again, you'd have to be dumb to be gatekeepers in this freaking freezing backcountry. Halt, this is your last warning. Yeah, before you die. Code! Spitting that shit. Jigen's ritual? What do you mean? Remember what I told you about when I was first brought to Kara? Oh, that. It's a ritual to screen Otsutsuki vessel candidates. Lots of kids are given karma, and those who aren't compatible have seizures and die. There were only 2 of us left when it came to my turn. I managed to survive Jigen giving me karma. I turned out to be compatible. Like I mentioned before, I passed out at that point and was moved elsewhere, so I didn't see what happened afterwards, but apparently Jigen gave the last kid karma also. But it failed. Just like the other kids that died, his body started to shake and spasm. He wasn't able to become a vessel, except for whatever reason he didn't die. He survived just like me. He was compatible with karma. Okay. Alright, Code rushing in. Someone getting chakra guns. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Does he also have the whole ability to quickly multiply his cells like Kawaki's body? Okay, the straps come off. Lays them out. Seems like he's moving high speed naturally. He vanished. Hey, what are those black bands? Oh, he can come up from them like some weird shadow style. Hey, behind you. Yeah. Fires, grabs, blocks, yeah. Runs in. Oh no, he appears from behind. Stabs him. You've worked so hard, you can rest now. No, don't. Yeah. Cut my neck. Him did your parts. Oh, moving around has warmed me up a bit, but it's still pretty cold. Let's get inside. He can't be used as a vessel, but the karma remained. That's possible. It's certainly a rare case, but that's what happened. He survived, and as a result, his body retains karma's aspect of being a weapon. We don't know what makes someone compatible, so anything's possible when it comes to this. Exactly. There's still a lot we don't know about karma. And the reaction that took place in Code's body is especially astounding. His combat abilities exceeded even Jigen's. Yo! What? Almost every member of Kara has had their body remodeled in order to strengthen it, but it's the exact opposite in Code's case. He had limiters put in... No, hold on. Stop the foolishness, brother. Stop the foolishness. No. The man had limiters? Yo. Hold on. Yo. If I was a regular citizen in Konoha, listen, I would have moved from Konoha from... Instead from Orochimaru attacked the village in part 1, I would have left Konoha. Because this doesn't make sense, brother. In order to avoid undermining of Jigen's position as leader. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, right? I mean, logically it would make sense because, all right, if he has the white karma And we are making the educated guess that he gets all of Ishiki's power plus his own, what he has naturally, plus what he would have gotten from being modified. Then, I mean, logically speaking, he would be stronger than Isshiki. But the way they're making it sound is like he's far stronger. Anyway, he had limiters put in to check his formidable strength in order to avoid the undermining of Jigen's position as leader. In short, he let himself be weakened for Jigen? Is he sane? Koda was submissive to Jigen. He harbors a kind of religious devotion towards the Otsutsuki. Isshiki, especially, he worships as a god. So Code bore strong adoration for Jigen, who had become an Otsutsuki. And for that reason, he nurses intense envy of Kawaki, who was chosen as Ishiki's legitimate vessel. So wait. I'm thinking. When they say he's stronger than Jigen, as in Isshiki through Jigen's body, but if... Can you guys let me know what your guess are I guess, interpretation of it is? Would you say if Isshiki reincarnated through Kawaki's body, and, you know, which was a perfectly suitable vessel, would he be stronger than Code? Or we're specifically just talking about Isshiki in Jigen's body? Granted, either way, either way, Code is OP. the strongest in the verse. Yo. Alright. God, I'll forget which part I'm gonna do. And he nurses intense envy of Kawaki was chosen as yada. That's how strong Code's feelings for Otsutsuki are. Actually, there were several cyborgs among those I had created that greatly surpassed Jigen's power, but... we just have androids 17, 18, 19, 20, and Cell just like that, just in the basement, man. Let's go. Anyway, they were all disposed of as per Jigen's orders. Had you built them to take Jigen down, these cyborgs? Well, yes. It was after that, upon taking into account all sorts of scenarios that I came up with Kashin Koji. Alright, let me finish reading this. let me finish. But I digress. To sum it up, Code is an exception who escaped disposal due to his unwavering loyalty. He was Jigen's strong right-hand man. If he finds out Ishiki's been defeated, he will likely seek retribution. Then I'll be a target, for sure. Worst case, Boruto 2. I've been marked since I betrayed Kara. As Kawaki as well. What about these limiters you installed in Code? He can't just turn them off with a thought, can he? No worries there. I'm the one who can rescind them. Although, if he were to kidnap and torture me, you're in trouble. I'm not a pro like the two of you. I know I'll break pretty easily. Yo, Amado is... He's a big jokester. Yeah, fine. We'll keep a close eye on you. Alright, for now. Dealing with Code will be priority number 1. I want to share our chronology and intel with the other villages. 5 Kage Summit, Shikamaru. Make the arrangements. It's go, yo! Before the panel even drops, see, I called it. I mean, it was pretty obvious, to be fair, but still. Alright, I never thought about implanting this in someone else, but now that you mention it, I feel like it's possible. If we're supposed to become Otsutsuki, it would stand to reason that we could use their special moves and jutsu, like space-time ninjutsu, yes. But Kawaki, in your case, you probably might have to get something temporary to bring out your Otsutsuki power. False Karma Seal. But this guy Code, he already has karma, right? Is it even possible to give him a different karma? I have no idea, fam. At the very least, he survived being given karma. That's what's key. If it were so easy for karma to stick, Jigen wouldn't have had so much trouble. So it makes sense to try someone who's already survived it once. Plus, he isn't anyone's vessel. For sure, but you know, I'm feeling really reluctant about forcing this thing upon somebody. You're kidding, right? You've got no choice unless you want to die. Let me tell you, Code is strong. Stronger than Delta and Boro. So far as I know, he's not the type of enemy you'd normally want to go up against. I mean, to be fair, Boro was fairly strong, but the major thing with him was just his regen factor and his virus, really. Dad no longer has Kurama's power, so he won't be as strong as he used to be. Besides, we can't just keep depending on him forever. We gotta step up. Yes, yes. I don't know how strong this Code is, but do you know, Kawaki, what we shinobi do in times like these? Do we endure? Is that what we do? Oh, we train. We train, duh. Come on, let's go. Alright. Random old guy, Code. Hey, Bug. My word, if it isn't Code, what are you doing here? On an errand for Jigen? Jigen's dead. Like the Boruto too. Hey now. Troubles afoot, I see. What's happening? A lot. Things have gotten busy really sudden. By the way, how's Ida? Who's Ida? What? What are you talking about? I'm pretty sure Boruto secretly stored several cyborgs here that Jigen had ordered to be... Oh shit. Yo, the village is done. You hear me? The village is done. Though I don't know his motive. Maybe some ace up his sleeve. Anyway, take me to them. I have absolutely no intent to defy you, truly, but are you certain that Boruto is dead? If you're lying, I'll... I don't know. Maybe some of it. Alright, but in exchange, you'll pay me, right? Alright, here you go. What in the world are you stirring up, Code? Ooh. Okay. Cyborg. Hello, Ida. You who knows everything in this world. Alright, so new character, major revelations, set up a lot of the stuff we've been saying for forever in terms of a thematic progression of the series is basically coming to fruition. Yo. I need to reread this chapter. I need to reread this chapter. Listen. I'm not even gonna... Yo. But he says, you who knows everything is in this world. Guys. Shadow. Guys, like it up. We're not ending the stream yet. Like, subscribe, speak in the chat. But let's go, let's go. It's time to talk. Let me see what's happening in the chat. I'll open the Discord for some discussion with some of you in a little bit. Alright. Yeah, it really is a lot to digest in one read. Especially the parts when we're talking about Code's power. I mean, generally, you have an idea of what it means. Obviously, he's really, really strong, obviously. The fact that they had to place limiters on him. Yo, listen, yeah man, Uchiha Nation, no problem man, no problem. Yo, the time skip is going to be insane, bro, honestly. But ooh, it really is a lot to take into one read. But honestly, I thought this chapter was really, it was good. I'm not gonna lie. At one point I was expecting them to really like slow things down with this chapter, but at the same time, you know, and then at one point, based on, I wouldn't say I was spoiled, but based on the episode, well, the video titles I was seeing from person like, say, for Neverworld and Naruto Explained, I was like, okay, it doesn't seem like the pacing is gonna die down, but for what we got this chapter, it's in between slow and the crazy pace I was expecting. So I guess just right in terms of pacing. And I think it actually sets up a lot of things, honestly, because this really changes a lot going forward. Because if, obviously, these are the cyborgs. Wait, let me even go back to the line. several cyborgs that greatly surpass Jigen's power. Crazy. But the crazy thing is, he said he built these cyborgs to surpass Jigen's power, right? I'm assuming this Jigen's power using his level 2 karma, but at the same time, he says after taking all of that into account, he came up with Kashin Koji. So, is it that? Well, obviously, Kashin Koji lost to Isshiki, so. But then he specifically mentions Jigen, so I would imagine it's just Jigen using level 1 or level 2 karma. But this is crazy because at the same time, if he's creating cyborgs on that level, these would be cyborgs that are clearly late war arc level. Like, no, this is wild. This is like some Dragon Ball Android Saga level cyborg. It's crazy because, you know what? Yeah. No, he says I digress. Like he's going off on a tangent. So let's come back to the point he's trying to make. So like in Dragon Ball, like after we beat Frieza, Super Saiyan, all of that, come back to Earth, and some scientists on Earth can just create cyborgs that are stronger than Frieza. It's kind of like the same thing we're having right here. Because if these cyborgs are quote-unquote stronger than Jigen, so they could go range from anywhere between BS Jigen to Jigen level 2 karma. This is easily 10 Tails level combatants, obviously. Anyway, I'm opening the Discord because Jado, this is complete insanity if you ask me. I'm gonna have to reread this chapter. Ugh. So let me open the Discord. What I'll do is similar to what I was trying to do for my last end of month stream with Attack on Titan and all that. I'll give each person that joins like 5 to 10 minutes one-on-one, and then to finish off the stream, not to finish off the stream, but I'll invite more than one person for like a kind of panel discussion, and then I'll end off the stream with the last thoughts from me. So yeah. So let's see here. All right, so I'm on Discord. No, one person at a time. Wait, Anthony, first to join. Hold on, not hearing you clearly. Go again.
Oh?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yeah, what's up?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm hearing you,
Can
man.
you hearing me? It's Anthony. Well, Akil, but Anthony.
Yeah,
You
welcome.
understand? Not much.
So-
I'm not hear so well.
Yeah, I'm hearing you clearly.
You hearing me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you, bro.
Okay, good stuff. All right, welcome.
Why? I'm here, chats. Let me know if you're hearing Akil properly in the stream here. But yeah, honestly, bro, this chapter, so it's really a lot. A lot to digest.
It was.
Honestly.
All right, the first thing I want to talk about is the power scaling.
Bro.
I think the power scaling. You're going to say something.
No, I'm just saying, the power scaling has officially gone wild, like to me, because the fact that we're saying, like, Amado saying, like, I created some cyborgs that, far surpass Jigen, and in my head, I'm saying, okay, I want to be, like, very ultra specific. Are we talking base Jigen? Are we talking, like, level 1 karma Jigen? Or are we talking, like, level 2 Karma Jigen that can only use his full, quote unquote, full power for a limited amount of time. So these cyborgs obviously fall in that range, but either way, that would make them all like 10 tails level in terms of like danger level, essentially.
Indeed, that's the same question. That's the same question I have. I remember when I saw the spoilers, and I was, messaging around in YouTube and in Discord. I was saying to persons that guys, you have to understand that when Jigen that fought Sasuke and Naruto, he absorbed chakra from the Ten Tails as well. So if so I'm not even sure if you can really rank those cyborgs along with that Jigen that fought against Naruto and Sasuke, because that wasn't mentioned. It just said that it far surpasses Jigen. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So understand, one of the things that I learned from this chapter is that the chapter is actually better in terms of, because when I read the spoilers,
Yeah.
it's better than I thought, because when I read the spoilers, it was confusing.
Yeah.
Big ups to Organic Dinosaur, she do her thing, but it was very confusing. But the chapter was really good. Yeah, the chapter was really good. It's theory time. So this is my theory.
You're pulling a Kawaki, I'm pulling a theory.
Yeah, this is my theory.
Yeah.
So what's her name again? Ida or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
I don't think she's a combative cyborg. I actually think that her, because she has so much information on the earth, that is like her asset. I don't think she's gonna be. There's still a lot to learn about her still, because she's just been introduced. But I just think that her main attribute is that because she knows a lot of information. I don't see her as a combative cyborg. That's just my opinion.
Well, I don't think you even have to. I don't think you have to like even push it strong as saying it's your opinion, because like even from those last few panels, I mean that's what Kishi's marketing her as. I mean, her that knows everything about this world.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think anybody's gonna come out of this chapter and think that Ida's a combative, or even if she is, it probably comes second to her knowledge.
Yeah, another thing as well, the anime onlys. Oh my God, the animators, they're going to literally send the anime onlys into a tailspin, because I think based on this new information, I think that what they're going to do is that they're going to offer up two perspectives on who could be the traitor in Kara. So they actually could present both Boro and Kashin Koji as possible traitors to Kara. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they seem like they were trying to do that a few episodes back, but I think they might use this information now to expound on it. Just to make sure we get just some more time with Boro as well before we get into that Team 7 fight too.
Yes. Because when I was thinking about, I was like, these people though. I was like, because the thing is, in the anime, right? When we were reading the manga, we only knew that Kashin Koji and Amado were the traitors, right?
Yeah.
But we didn't know about Boro. And I think what they're going to do to the anime onlys, what they're going to offer up a scenario where both Boro and Kashin Koji or Amado, they'll offer both Kashin Koji and Boro to be traitors, and I think that's gonna make the reveal of Amado being the traitor, this big grand old shock.
Well,
yes.
honestly,
but yeah, that's something I got from this.
I'm telling you, man. All right, honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing the changes in the anime going forward. Like, I'm not going to lie, the additional scenes is going to be crazy, fam. But I'm going to let you go for now, Akil, and let somebody else join.
Okay.
If anything, you can fall back in the panel discussion.
Come on, I'll be here.
All right.
I'll be here.
All right. Let's see.
Mm, the end this now.
Is
Wait, how the end?
kick? I guess just hang up. I guess or just yeah. There we go. All right. So we're back at it again. Wait, she calls me Betty. Yo, bro, walk on. And of course, have
Yo,
our next caller, William. Yo, bro.
yo, good
Yeah.
night, good night.
Good night, bro. Welcome back to the
Um,
stream.
yeah, yeah, cool, cool. Latest chapter was cool.
Yeah.
Some stuff to me kind of, at first it was kind of confusing and didn't make too much sense. Like with Kawaki's hypothesis theory. Like, okay, from what we know now, right?
Yeah.
As time goes on, they become more and more Otsutsuki. Their DNA changes
Yeah.
permanently, right? Kawaki so far is stuck at around 80%. Boruto is still slowly extracting, so he's gonna become more and more Otsutsuki.
Yeah.
So what I took it when Kawaki was suggesting making somebody else a vessel, I was confused because they right now, at least for Boruto, he can only access those Otsutsuki powers via the karma.
Yeah.
And when he uses them, the karma would activate. So if he tries to make someone else a vessel, wouldn't he, in my mind, only be putting more of Momoshiki's data in someone, making another Momoshiki vessel? I had someone reply to me on Twitter and basically said like they're talking about them using the powers themselves and
Yeah.
making like transferring their own data, which is cool. But right now, from what we know, Boruto can do that without activating the karma. So
Yeah, that's true.
if he tries to use the Otsutsuki powers, it's gonna be with the karma. And again, to me, it's just gonna make another vessel for Momoshiki. If he loses the karma and then somehow is able to, whether artificially or naturally, access those Otsutsuki powers, then I could see him being able to do it. I didn't understand that. I don't know if you felt the same. What's your opinion on that?
Like on first read, I wasn't really thinking of that, but now that you bring it up, it is a good thing to bring up. But I think the problem comes back to the fact that I think even though we've learned so much about karma, it feels like a lot about it is ambiguous, like unclear. And
Yeah.
I mean, they even say it in this chapter, like there's still a lot of things we don't know. But I think when it comes on to passing on the karma, I mean, logically, you would think, yeah, he would, like, if he's 80-20 now, right, and still increasing, maybe if he could even pass on the karma or figure out a way to do it, like, the way you're interpreting it, I guess you would say, yeah, he's still passing on an 80-20, 80% Momoshiki, a 20% Boruto split to somebody else.
Yeah.
But
Unless like their state is trying to do something like eventually they'll be able, because their DNA has changed,
yeah,
even without the karma being activated, maybe they eventually can access the abilities without activating the karma, even if they have it, a vessel one, and then they could transfer their own chakra and data and memories into someone. But
probably.
again,
Who
that's the
knows?
only way.
I mean, probably it's even a case where it depends, like, who's in control at the time when you're passing on karma. Maybe that's a factor as well.
Not only that, because the Otsutsuki DNA that's changed your human DNA wouldn't even be yours, though.
Yeah.
It would be the Otsutsuki that infected you.
Yeah.
Or are they saying, like, as it spreads, it's like kind of combination? That is what kind confused me with that.
But I think as well, because, all right, if I'm to use code as an example, right? In the fact that the white karma, because obviously based on how they explain white karma, there is like a spiritual aspect or a soul-based aspect of it that needs to complete the reincarnation process. So for all intents and purposes, we could safely assume that DNA-wise, code is 100% Isshiki, right? No, I guess we could safely say that,
Well,
right?
I doubt that because remember, he would have gotten his karma seal either just before, or after, but either way, around the same time as Kawaki.
Yeah.
So if it still extracts at least the power naturally, time after time by time, it would be around the same. Well, he would be less than 80% because his wasn't resonating
Native
with
with Boruto,
Boruto's.
yeah.
Yeah, so his should be less than 80% and is should still be extracting just the power.
Yeah.
Unless they're gonna do something and say because he got the white karma, he got everything at the same time all those years ago.
I mean, it's up in the air. It's anybody's guess right now, honestly, bro.
And yeah, just the final thing that again it also ties in with the whole transferring the karma, you as a human, like the thing with him saying making code a vessel. Chances are because what happened before and he just gained the power and not like the consciousness and he was a vessel karma. If someone else tries to do it, more than likely when the same thing happen, there's a chance that it would make him a vessel. If someone else tries it, there's a chance. But wouldn't the bigger possibility be the same thing that happened in the past happening again? And you just powering code up more.
Yeah, that is a good point, man. That is a good point.
Yeah.
There's just, I mean, it's not only, it's literally us, the audience, and them in universe. Everybody's unsure right now. Only Kishi and Ikemoto know for sure.
Yeah,
that's so
yeah. That is why you said. I think this is a chapter you would have to reread maybe a few times and discuss with others and just get other opinions and see what happens in the future.
Yeah. All right, bro. I'm gonna let you go for now till the panel discussion. I want to get through some more in person to hear what they have to say about the chapter.
Yeah, man. Bless. Until.
All right, bro. All right, so that was William. All right, so next caller. Anybody else want to call in? But yeah, I mean, William and Akil, they bring up really solid points when it comes on to this chapter. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of things to kind of dissect, interpret, analyze, and take into consideration from a logical point of view. Because for real, even if this theory of Kawaki does come through, and like, yeah, Boruto can instill his karma, there's a lot of factors that are still unknown. It could end up like William is saying, and you know, we just continue powering up code, or whatever the case may be. Yo, Betty, yo.
Oh, yo. Sorry, I'm listening to you. Well, actually, you can hear the same time with Rinnegan.
No pressure, man. No pressure. So
how's it going,
man? It's going great because the fact that the chapter came out today instead, so I don't have to go to work tomorrow and wait to stream when I come home tomorrow. Like, it was a perfect setup. Honestly.
Yeah. It's definitely a surprise, man. It's definitely a surprise.
Trust me. But I imagine like you, along with everybody else, have had a good amount of time for the chapter to soak and marinate and probably rethink it over. So that was just my first read. So what do you think about the chapter?
Yeah. So I've got two things to bring to you, okay? So the first thing, and I'm going to have to kind of whisper a little bit because it's 2:30 in the morning right now in the UK.
No problem.
So, apologies. But basically the first thing is, do you think that this is Kishimoto's involvement now coming into play in this chapter? Because I felt a big shift in terms of plot in relation to where it was going.
Yeah.
You know, initially with Kodachi and the way it was sort of set up, it looked like the Otsutsuki were going to be the main sort of thread in terms of the story, really, right, going forward. But now with obviously the main writer, the main guy coming back into play, it looks like he's just kind of wiped the board clean and said, you know what, this is the new story. We're going to focus on technology. We're going to have Koda as the main guy, right? And he's making, Amado like one of the main sort of almost like antagonist in relation to him obviously creating all of these different cyborgs. But again, technology is coming into play as opposed to it being alien life forms. So do you think it's, yeah, the new involvement there and him sort of making a change, coming back into the story?
I feel like with Kish, I think I would have said that even from chapter, that was it, 53? Because it was what, chapter 52 that we got the announcement with Kishi coming back. And then I think from 53 onwards, yeah, I would say even from 53, man, honestly, it's the Min Kishi. I kind of feel it.
Yeah, I agree, especially with the debuffing, obviously, of, you know, Naruto and Sasuke, right? Obviously now they've become weaker and everything else, and I think everyone kind of agrees, like there's a consensus in the community that, yeah, it's probably been him coming back that's kind of, you know, essentially made this decision, right, to sort of make Naruto and Sasuke weaker. So I imagine it's been the same thing as well in this case, which, don't get me wrong, it's definitely interesting because now I really have no idea where the story is going to go because, you know, obviously... I'm sorry, go on.
No, I was saying, yeah, it's true because we didn't even get Sasuke this chapter, but but I mean the fact that we've been saying for, or at least I've been saying for months, that from even chapter 40, or since Naruto and Sasuke lost to Jigen, like that was what, 2 years ago now, which is insane. That the story from that point on to now has been focusing to me on slowly transitioning Naruto and Sasuke out of the story. And I think the loss of Kurama and the Rinnegan, respectively, for Naruto and Sasuke have been like almost like the climax of that, and we're kind of coming down to finish that phase out process. But I found it very satisfying from a moving the plot forward, narratively speaking, whatever. That in universe, even even Boruto is saying like, yo, we need to train. We can't depend on that like as much anymore. So it was kind of refreshing in as it relates to the benefit of Boruto taking up the series and making it his own from that perspective.
100%. I completely agree with you, and that's one of the things I really. It's weird because I feel like there's a great synergy now between the anime and the manga, of where, you know, in the anime, if you're watching it and sort of reading the manga at the same time, you can see obviously Boruto's growth and his maturity and how he's really just developed as a character, and it's also now started to ring through the manga. And even scenes of, like, you know, Samiri to begin with, where she's interacting with Kawaki, you know, it kind of again links back to what we've just literally seen in the anime. So I'm liking the way it's sort of progressing there, and I'm actually quite excited to see the anime adapt this, especially the moments where we do get to eventually see, you know, Boruto and Kawaki train up, right? So
it's going to be crazy. I tell you. But all right, Betty, I'm gonna let you go for now. If you'll be up for quite a bit longer, you can still come back for the panel discussion. I feel like I want to take at least 2 to 3 more persons and then segue to that.
100%, man. All right, I'll leave you to it, man. Enjoy.
All right, thanks for coming, man.
Man, all right, peace.
Let's see. All right, yeah. So it's as Betty says, like there is a very like the synergy between the anime and the manga right now. I think it's at its all-time best right now because, like, we've come into this era, like just generally speaking, when it comes on to the manga people, there's always these pockets of time where the anime can like take advantage of and just flesh things out more, so that, you know, build things up more so that the eventual payoff is even greater, is what I'm saying, with the canon filler that they've introduced since the beginning of the Kara activation arc until now. Honestly, it's great. So when it comes on to the manga, well, the anime reaching to this point and adapting this, it's going to be something else, honestly. So yo but yeah, man, honestly, this chapter is still one I'm going to have to reread over. Like, I feel like I feel like a lot of persons are going to be like, yo, have very different interpretations of, you know, this whole in terms of code strength. I think we'll have a baseline, but yeah. But yeah, the focus on technology, because Code for the most part would be the main bad guy, no. And then for the most part he's essentially rebuilding Kara with these new cyborgs that surpass Jigen. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Wait, Lerm Rogers, welcome, welcome. Boruto dying and reviving through his own vessel? That would be dark. I would be alright with that only if the supporting characters were developed more. Let me tell you what I mean. Like, I think a good comparison is like One Piece, right? Even though Luffy is the main character, like the supporting characters are so well developed that sometimes in a lot of arcs, it's not, you don't get that let's wait on Goku effect with like One Piece, because the other characters can carry the show as well. With Boruto, I don't think that's the case unless we're going back to like Naruto and Sasuke. So if Boruto comes out of the picture, if it's not select characters, I don't know if I would be up for Boruto dying, because if they do that, they'd probably want to keep Boruto out of the story for a few chapters. So yeah. So unless if it does happen, and if at that point the supporting cast has been developed and things are being set up for some interesting storylines, a lot of the other characters, then I think I'll be alright with it. But yeah, the thing is, back to even what William was saying as well, there's a lot of ambiguity or just things that are unclear when it comes down to karma, because like if Boruto implants somebody else now, does he pass on 80% Momoshiki DNA and 20% his DNA? Obviously, when it comes on to Code, as an example, there is obviously like a spiritual or soul-based aspect of it. So if Boruto's in control and is the one passing on the karma, like consciously, does his soul take precedence over Momoshiki's soul? Hence, the person who is passing on karma to wouldn't have to worry about, well, no, they'd still die. But even if they pass it on to, say, Code, what's stopping this karma experiment from feeling and it becoming a white karma as well? That's it. Oh, no! No, yo, it just occurred to me. It just occurred to me. Remember, well, this is only, I wouldn't even want to say it's a theory, but the way how Amado and Jigen / Isshiki were implanting the karma on the kids, it didn't seem like it would have been the normal way that Otsutsuki would have passed on karma, which would probably increase the chances of it becoming a white karma. Probably if Boruto passes it on, he'll do it the regular Otsutsuki way, which would probably give it 100%, no, probably not 100%, but probably a better chance of it being a regular karma instead of a white karma. Let me know what you guys think about that. I think that is a factor. The fact that they implanted the karma on the kids a slightly different way, even though we haven't seen like first hand how Otsutsuki does it, because even the way Momoshiki does it, I mean Boruto just looks at his eyes there and he spoke with Momoshiki, so we haven't seen directly, but I think it would be safe to assume that the way they were doing it with the kids was still so much different. But yeah, at the end of the day, there is so much we don't know about karma. So yeah. Discord line still open if you want to guys want to call in. As I said, I'm taking 2 to 3 more persons and then panel discussion, because I still want to record my review separate from the stream, so for tomorrow morning hopefully. So yeah, because I know not everybody is going to want to go back to the stream and just rewatch the entire stream. People have things to do too, so I want to kind of compress my thoughts in a relatively like a 10 to 20 minute video and call it a day. You think maybe the Drogon will have been captured in the manga? Do you think it might play a part in suppressing Momoshiki? So Isshiki didn't want to reincarnate Code. I believe Drogon is the key for Boruto's reverse karma. Honestly, like, I would want to say yes. The thing is, I was kind of hoping the Drogon would have appeared in the fights with Isshiki. I've been saying the Drogon, like, in a lot of my prediction videos, like, before the chapter dropped, like, for the last 2 years, like, some chapters I was saying, yo, the Drogon needs to appear here, the Drogon needs to appear here. But then it doesn't appear. So, I don't know. Like, at this point, when the Drogon appears, it appears. Like, I can't be bothered, honestly. But I think it still needs... The thing is, if it even... To me, it has to appear before the time skip, though. So... But it depends on what Kishi has planned, because it's, as I've heard, like when they were starting Boruto, a lot of things weren't really planned out. But I imagine at this point, maybe.
Yo,
Wait, the great, the man, the myth, the legend, Fims. What's up?
kind of
Man?
late today, so I might not stay for long. I just want to. Did you read the chapter already?
Yeah, how long have we been streaming? Like,
Oh
we've been
man, I just
streaming
like checked in. I saw you were streaming. Oh,
Yeah.
69 minutes. Jesus.
Yeah, so you're a bit late,
wow.
but what I'm doing is just taking callers for like 5 to 7 minutes at a time, like one-on-one. So that's good if you can't stay long.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay. What'd you think of the chapter, dude?
Like on one hand, I would want to say good, but on the other hand, I have like mixed feelings. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, because I think I've only read it once so far. I need to reread it again, but like after interacting with persons and the chat, like there's so much about karma that we know, but at the same time we don't know. There are a lot of things that I liked about the chapter in terms of progressing the plot and continuing that journey of slowly pushing Boruto into the spotlight and kind of taking Naruto and Sasuke out of focus. Things that I've been saying for months, and just to see the fact that the persons in universe are actually saying it now for the most part. The power scale, new Kara members essentially. I mean, there's so much to digest.
I don't. My main complaint I have two main complaints about the chapter.
Yeah.
See, overall, I would from a hype factor, not just like plot alone, I would rate it like a solid 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
But when I'm like critically analyzing it, I think, there's a few problems here. Like for example, Code just like suddenly being able to like, rival Isshiki and like Jigen and stuff like that. That is in Amato can just like create him, and the like only explanation as to like why he just didn't kill Jigen right then and there is because of some vague statement that he just says, I couldn't find the right opportunity or something.
Yeah, like
that is that's not good writing on his part. Also, I don't know how I feel about just Code suddenly being that powerful. But then again, I feel like Amato, he definitely has something like up his sleeve.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember that, like, just like Delta, he can just like disable Code at any time, like at any place. And like the Leaf, they like straight up just don't know about that,
Exactly.
So that's something you can like keep secret from them. And he's definitely got something planned, like with the foreshadowing and like he's looking at like Kawaki in these weird ass ways. Yeah, I don't. Also, the second. Oh yeah, that was the second complaint. I just went on a little tangent there. Sorry.
No problem, man. No problem. But I definitely get what you're saying. I think that specific problem that you pointed out, probably as the chapters go on and Amato more is revealed about what he's planning, why he didn't do X and Y. If he could create persons this powerful, why didn't he go ahead with this? Because I'm looking back at the chapter now, right? And it's very vague. So Shikamaru says,
exactly.
had you built them to take down Jigen? And say, yes. It was after that, upon taking into account all sorts of scenarios, that I came up with Kash and Koji. But I digress. So there's still some details there that's missing from Amato's part. that I think would address
Exactly.
that problem that you stated. But it's kind of like a weird thing because even when I think back on chapter 55, with that scene where Amado's mumbling, apparently talking to somebody, and Sumeri sees him, they don't even touch on that this chapter at all.
Exactly.
Granted, in terms of code though, I would say that, well, I mean, I did a whole video on it. The fact that from last month, because the way I was interpreting it is that he would have at least 50 to 100% of Ishiki's power. So, I mean, for them to be hyping up code with like to this extent in this chapter, it was kind of in line with what I was thinking.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about Code's karma in general, and like what's the difference between him and Jigen, you know, since they're both like not complete vessels. Supposedly, I don't know how Code's karma is explained, because supposedly it's supposed to be like a deformation or like a genetic like rarity or whatever. That is also like another vague statement. I don't know if that's see, the thing about it is that this still doesn't like feel like Kishimoto's writing to me. So I don't know if he's like, a lot of people have been saying that like Kishimoto has been taking like an entirely different route from Kodachi at this point, you know, like like 4 or 5 chapters. And I don't know, man. This kind of still feels like Kodachi's writing, really vague, like leaving stuff for the anime to do.
Yeah.
And not saying that Kishimoto won't do that, but you know, yeah.
I mean, I don't think I could disagree with you, because honestly, even if it was Kodachi still writing, I wouldn't see him going any other direction than this. That's the thing. So I'm wondering, I don't know if it's going to be a case where we have to wait until the time skip to really see, like, you know, Kishimoto distinct writing. Or I don't know if it's a case. Obviously, it's been a while since he's been writing anything in the Naruto universe consistently. And with Samurai 8 that went recently, I mean, things can change in 6 years, man.
Yeah, no. I feel like actually I kind of detract on that statement about Kodachi. I feel like he was a pretty good at like setting up lore and stuff, especially with like Kashin Koji and like the whole Otsutsuki stuff. Like Kodachi was good at foreshadowing, you know? And I feel like with Kishimoto, there's definitely an aspect of okay, this isn't my story, and so I don't know like what's foreshadowing and what's not, you know? So in that sense, I feel like Kishimoto probably changed the story like quite a bit at this point, because like I think, like I said a couple like streams ago when I logged on, they were definitely foreshadowing at something like not like Sasuke doing something to Boruto, like especially when it's like, oh, I'm gonna kill you if you turn Borushiki, you know. And I still like hold on to that theory, like, okay, he was supposed to like he was totally supposed to get the scar there, you know, like on his eye. Like that was totally what they were building up to. But like once Kishimoto took over, like, you know, no, yeah.
I mean,
there's definitely a lot of changes.
I definitely feel you. I mean, granted, it could still happen, but it's just waiting the additional months to get that.
It's so hard to tell what's going to happen, and especially like the quality of the story, because usually when like stories, they get shifted to like a different writer, it doesn't end well for the most part. It's Naruto is shifted from one writer to like another to the next, like you know, Kishimoto, Kodachi, the other guys. I don't know if you want to count like the novel writers, since that's been like adapted into the anime.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I mean, so far Naruto has, like, I feel like the Boruto story has like stayed pretty consistent. Like I still have my complaints here and there.
Naturally. If anybody were to say Boruto had no faults, that would be just ridiculous, honestly.
Especially the anime. I don't want to get into like an anime versus manga debate here, but I know. But just like touching on that, what do you think on the anime versus manga debate? What do you think's better?
That's a whole like discussion. I'm gonna have to think about it, but I'm gonna have to let you go, Phipps, because I want one more person to join before the panel discussion, because I'm gonna have like probably a 15-20 minute panel discussion. Hopefully it doesn't go over that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but if I were to just say off the top of my head, jeez, like it's hard to say. I'm tempted to say the manga because I've like for the longest while I've always said like in comparison the anime always felt like it wasn't really going anywhere. Like if you didn't know the manga existed, you'd just be watching and watching and watching, and we're almost 200 episodes in. But I feel like the manga's kind of kept me engaged consistently.
Yeah.
Because there have been
times. Yeah, I know I feel you, dude.
Yeah, because even though the anime I would say is great right now, you can't take the last two arc, well, the last arc, the Kara activation, and then the current arc with, you know, the actual Kara arc. Even though those two are great, they can't, as a whole, on average, you can't use them to say, okay, shoot the anime up to a 10 out of 10. You still can't do that. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's fair to say at some points, at the current point, the anime is better than the manga.
Right. No, yeah, I would say so. Like, if we were to compare this arc in the manga versus the anime, yeah, anime is better.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to head out for now, dude. Yeah.
Respect, man. Thanks. Alright, so that was Fibs. So I think I'll take one more caller. And then we'll go on to the panel discussion where I'll have probably about 4 to 5 more persons on at the same time. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's as I was just saying, like, even though the current arc in the anime is great, like from the Kara activation, well, the second half of the Kara activation to right now has been great. Like, no lie, it's been really great. But we're still almost 200 episodes in, and those recent episodes that have been great, it's just that's been 20, probably at most 30 episodes. So it's like overall 200. They might move the percentage in terms of the rating up a bit to say, okay, if anime was like a 7 overall, they might move it up to like a 7 point something. But it doesn't automatically make the entire Boruto anime great. Like, yeah, you get what I mean. But yeah. But anyway, yo, this chapter, do you guys think, because persons are saying, just like Fibs here, like this still kind of feels like Kodachi. Is this really Kishimoto? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Yeah, yo, Juan, Carlos. Yo, it's basically that. It's basically what I was saying in the stream, that it's basically Dragon Ball Z. Android Saga, Android Arc, Super Saiyan and Frieza come back to Earth. Some random guy on Earth can just make cyborgs stronger than Super Saiyans and Frieza, and here we are. We have Amado who can just make cyborgs that are like 10 tails level. Like, what? Or at least, if not in terms of chakra, in terms of danger level, they're a bunch of 10 tails danger level persons running around. It's ridiculous. Like, honestly, it's the power scaling is ridiculous, because right now, no. Even though Naruto had to hold back on Delta, he still used his 6 parts TLB Sage mode to do it, even though he was holding back. And we're talking about Code, we're talking about other cyborgs who are way stronger, and Naruto doesn't have Kurama anymore, so I'm wondering how it's going to go. Granted, Naruto is still OP, but Kishi is going to... I mean, there are a lot of things there that Kishi can use, because I even talked about it in my Naruto and Sasuke videos respectively, where I talk about like how strong they are, what they can still do to, you know, progress themselves going forward in the plot. There's still a lot they can do to up themselves in terms of strength, as long as Kishi remains innovative and creative with, you know, the lore that he's established from Naruto. But if it's a case he's making things be in line with the whole idea that we're phasing these out, we're phasing Naruto and Sasuke out, he might opt not to take the creative or innovative route where Naruto and Sasuke's abilities are concerned, even though they've lost major portions of their power. So it just depends on what's the intent. It's kind of like where you would probably be watching a series or anime, whatever, and you're power scaling it, and logically you say this character should be able to beat this character, but when it comes on to the actual like author intent or the story itself, it doesn't end up that way. I think Dragon Ball Super is probably like the biggest, the biggest, one of the biggest examples I could give, honestly, because a lot of things happen where this character was either stronger than he logically should be, or weaker than he should be here, and yeah, so it just comes down to that. Yeah, I'm not. Well, yeah, he is friends with Jigen, but I don't know. It's madness, complete madness. But then again, it's like similar to Dragon Ball. It's so ambiguous what he does to modify them. Well, as opposed to Kawaki, but does he use Otsutsuki DNA or something mixed in with machinery to enhance them and make them cyborgs? Yo, Patel, that's a good idea. That's a good statement, because for the most part, this is the inner members of Kara being restarted, because if we're getting a fresh set of cyborgs, yeah, it basically is Kara 2.0. And then going forward, Kishi could actually well, do what he plans to do to make these new Kara members a bit more empathetic, like allow us the audience to empathize with them more, or at least give them that, I wouldn't say Akatsuki 2.0, but at least in terms of how Akatsuki was handled to a degree. So yeah, it's basically that. But wow. It's almost 10 o'clock my time, so if nobody else is going to join in for like one-on-one with me, then I'll increase the channel to save changes. Alright, so I'm opening up the floor for the panel discussion now. So if you want to join in on the Discord, you can. The persons who were before can come back on. Akil, welcome back. Let me just wait to see if more persons will come on. Betty, if you're still here, you can join back in, man. Hopefully you haven't gone to bed. I know it was like after 2 your time in the UK. Let's see. Did I? Yeah. I've increased the limit, so 4 more persons after Akil here can join for like a panel discussion. I won't make it be long because I know we are kind of going on more than an hour now for this stream. Yo, it's crazy, dog. It's crazy. Trust me. But alright, I guess we'll just continue talking until more persons join. Oh, not persons. Your dad. Yo!
Log on.
What's up?
Yeah, I'm here. What's poppin'?
Oh, nice. You guys hearing me?
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Okay, awesome. Okay.
So yeah, final discussion. Shoot.
I just want to talk a little bit more about the 5 Kage Summit.
Yeah.
Like, 5 Kage Summit is going to be intense.
Bro.
I can seriously. Wait, I just want to make this point. I can seriously see the Tsuchikage being upset that Amado is a citizen of the Leaf. Like literally, I could literally see her getting upset. Like she was she wasn't really upset, but she did made a little comment when she was saying that about how the Konoha had the scientific ninja tools
Yeah.
I think it was in the earlier chapters, right?
Yeah.
I can literally see her getting, making a big fuss out of the fact that one Konoha has Amado,
Mm-hmm.
Konoha has two Otsutsuki tier persons in their village. That is crazy.
Guys.
So even though Naruto,
Yeah.
even though Naruto and Sasuke lost their, even though Naruto and Sasuke, and I like that Kishimoto did that as well. Even though Naruto and lost Kurama and Sasuke lost his Rinnegan, the Konoha military might is still there because of Boruto and Kawaki.
All right. I think that's a fair point. Will the panel?
Yeah, I'm finished.
What does the panel have to say?
I do agree with what he said there.
Yeah.
I mean, things are getting intense nowadays with the whole code thing.
Yeah.
I hope Kishi does kind of like
Turn TV.
implement his own ideas.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Continue, your dad.
I was just saying that I hope Kishi does implement his own ideas from now on
Yeah.
and kind of fix the power scaling. Because, I mean, what I think Fibs said before, it was kind of like out of nowhere that he's stronger than Jigen, right? You have no clue how. Even that, I think Amato did say like earlier
Yeah.
that before he got like the ritual from Jigen, he was still like pretty strong.
I'd have to reread the chapter. Akil, we're getting the TV from your background, if it is.
The TV too loud. Wait, I'm coming.
Yeah, just mute your mic for now. Or reply continue. Hold on. Okay, he's alright. He's alright. Alright, yeah.
It's
Yeah, it's wild to say that he was stronger than Jigen. And do you think it's a case where they're saying he's stronger than Jigen using the second stage of the karma? Do you think it's that, or we're talking about base Jigen?
turning down the stay.
Second base Jigen with Isshiki's powers, right?
Yeah, level 2 would be when he gets the horn and thing.
Yeah.
So you would say
I think it's basic. I mean, I hope it's base Jigen, but never know. It could be second base. Second phase Jigen.
William, what do you think?
Because second base Jigen is literally one shot with Naruto and Sasuke.
Exactly.
Yeah, good night, guys. I doubt it's the full form Jigen, second form Jigen.
Yeah.
More than likely, I believe, from what I'm interpreting, he's really only referring to the scientific tech capabilities, and that code scientific tech is superior to that of Jigen's. And then I guess you would say he's at least stronger than him, maybe just base Karma Seal.
Yeah.
With his tech, because he has his own Karma Seal too. And so I would say about base, they're both probably equal, just fighting head on. If you think about it, if they were to just fight head on and Jigen, Isshiki didn't go full second form, they probably would be more around the same power level.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, fair enough.
It's not loud.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. That's good with you, Akil.
That's what happens.
But honestly, no matter how you slice it, even if it's say like even based on level 1 Karma Jigen, then I mean level 1 Karma, when he just releases the seal, he was still able to keep up with a suppressed Naruto and Sasuke. So to me that's still pretty OP.
I agree as well. I agree with William.
Question. The current five Kage forces, like let's just say Sasuke alone. Do you think they have a chance of beating him? And I'm talking before he lost the Rinnegan.
And his chakra?
Oh, like if Sasuke were to fight the current Kages except Naruto before he lost the Rinnegan,
Yeah.
even though a few of them probably would get taken down, do you think they would still win in the end, or he would just completely beat all of them?
Like all at once or like one on one?
All at once.
He would still beat them.
I mean, like,
He would
remember
beat
the
them.
Momoshiki invasion? The Kages were taking on the Otsutsukis, right? So I mean, they're not really like that weak, I guess. But I mean,
And they were able to suppress Kinshiki.
yeah.
That's
Because
true.
what I'm really getting at is, at least for Sasuke, I could see at least like Delta, Code, Boro, if they fought Sasuke head on, even before he lost his Rinnegan,
Yeah.
I see them having a good chance at beating him. Especially like Boro and his virus. Sasuke doesn't have any outs to that. Code with his limiter on probably wouldn't beat him. I doubt that. Well, Sasuke has a lot of like ninjutsu abilities that Code could easily just absorb and redirect and stuff. So never know that.
Before you go, Akil, what I'll say is that
Yeah.
I still think Sasuke would win, but I think it would be like high difficulty. Because even though I'm one of those guys that say, "Oh, 6 parts, the Church of the 6 parts, let's go," yes, I mean. But yeah, over the last 15 years, obviously the Kage have gotten stronger. You guys brought up the fact that the Kage were able to suppress Kinshiki. Even though as Fuse Momoshiki was able to basically one-shot each of them. And then when Sasuke actually got serious, he was able to keep up with Fuse Momoshiki at about 50 to 60% strength. Then I think Sasuke would still win, but it would be high difficulty. If I'm basing it on that.
Yeah. But I just want to add as well.
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah. I just want to add as well.
No, because I was wondering, I don't recall which one of you made the comments about the power scaling. Because with what we know about the Karma, it makes total sense to me. Stage 1 Karma, Jigen, Isshiki, stage 2 could easily keep up with both Naruto and Sasuke, and then when going full out, beat them completely.
Yeah.
It also makes sense why these guys, who were engineered by Amado of all people, would at least be able to keep up with them even a little.
Yeah. What were you gonna say though, Akil?
Yes, I was gonna say that Sasuke, even the thing is the fact that he lost, it doesn't have the Rinnegan. Well, we don't know if he doesn't have the Rinnegan, but Sasuke without a Rinnegan is a Sasuke that has full capacity of his chakra. That's dangerous. I think you also have to take into consideration that, well, he only has one arm, but the thing is, Sasuke with his Mangekyo Sharingan alone would have literally keep up with Kinshiki when they were battling in the dimension in terms of a taijutsu battle.
Yeah.
So for me, I still think Sasuke without the Rinnegan can still body the 5 Kages. That's just my thing.
All right, fair enough. So, guys, these additional cyborgs who will basically form Kara 2.0, because obviously that's where it's going, and Kishi will take the reins of, the true new Akatsuki organization in the Boruto era. Let's put it like that. With these cyborgs being roughly anywhere from, I don't know, 10 tails Obito level and up. What are your expectations in terms of how they'll affect the story going forward? Because I see a lot of persons whether blindly are going to say like the power scale is going to be broken, what's going to happen, there's not enough persons in the new generation that are going to be able to step up to the plate. I mean, what are you guys' expectations with that? Because
I think this might be the starting point where Kawaki's like, oh shoot, like ninjas themselves are not able to fight them with their own ninjutsu, and I think he might kind of see that like, oh, we gotta rely more on ninja tech.
Yeah.
Well, Boruto with his philosophy will kind of like clash with that.
Yeah. All right, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Well then, what about you?
Um, yeah, that probably is why, if you really think about it, at the beginning of both the anime and the manga, where he was saying like, age of shinobi is over.
Yeah,
Yeah, being a shinobi is cool, hard work, all of that. But humans would not be where they are without technology in its different forms.
yeah,
So if you could get some advancements that puts you at a high level or even improves your skills even more, yeah, why wouldn't you? We're doing that already today.
yeah,
So to me, the whole technology part is like the progression of the story.
yeah.
Like before we saw like in the anime in we like I don't know if you call it the filler, but with when Kaguya first came,
You know,
like
funny enough,
humans.
to just to cut you a bit, up to this day, I haven't watched that quote unquote filler arc in its entirety. Up to this day, honestly.
You should check it out. You should check it out.
Listen,
But,
alright, yeah, continue.
But yeah, humans before chakra was basically like our world, really. Feudal, our world, bows and arrows and stuff. Chakra got added, and then we have eventually what we have now. So the adding of tech into it was always to me a advancement onto it. And now Kishi or Kodachi, whoever, is getting to tell story they wanted to eventually get to.
Yeah,
At least an aspect of something. They love the sci-fi aspect of it,
yeah,
which is cool. A lot of people probably dislike it, but I think it's cool, especially with these new characters coming. Just think of the different, unique, even the different spin Kishi could put on different abilities we've seen in different series now. Like, look at what we saw Code do in this last chapter. How it was like, we've seen teleportation before, but it's different still, and
Yeah.
it's kind of unique and still. So just imagine the different cool stuff we could see. Even on the Leaf side with Amado and Katasuke being there.
exactly.
I expect Sasuke to get upgrades as well. So
I mean, I did kind of point out in my Sasuke video that yo, Sasuke is gonna become like Batman, maybe the Uchiha belt, but but I for one, I've been like one of the persons who didn't really mind the transition or the use of technology because to me, when we go back to the end of Naruto where we had this whole, bigger, Biju bomb and all this madness. To me, I did a video a few years back when I was talking about like the scientific ninja weapons. They kind of forced the series to kind of come back down to ground level, I would say. I will say that the whole cliche thing of being able to absorb and nullify your ninjutsu is kind of getting played out. So if Kishimoto can innovate when it comes on to the technology used in battle, then we're in for some very interesting battles, especially when it comes on to like the choreography. So I'm all for it.
I just want to see the skill of the ninja skill being shown, being on display. That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that when it's this overpowered when it's this overpowered Biju bomb thing, you don't really get that. You just don't see the creativity.
Yeah.
So
and in this chapter alone, we got a lot of creative stuff actually with Code. Like, him sending his hand like through the portal belt and taking out a guy. That was cool.
Yeah, that was because I was like, what is this guy doing? But it kind of reminded me of actually, it kind of reminded me of Nocturne from Black Clover.
yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
um,
Another thing. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Another thing as well, guys. Do you guys like the fact that they're trying to? Yes, they're still speaking about the Otsutsuki, but they're trying to get. Yes, they're trying to get the story away from the Otsutsuki, but do you guys like the fact that they are taking that they're pausing in terms of introducing any new Otsutsuki. Do you like that?
I think majority for me personally, I don't have a problem. Like I would say, I'm 80%. I don't mind. It's alright for me. 20%, I might have a small problem because the thing is, Kishimoto will. Well, I mean, he's still introducing new characters and he's gonna have to do some work on them, but he would have to probably do a lot more work to get us more invested in an Otsutsuki. Probably.
Okay.
But maybe, just maybe, depending on how things end up or work out with this group, with this new Kara, maybe some action they take, they send one final signal to the Otsutsuki to say, okay, we're sending an army or we're sending somebody else. But to kind of end up before I pass off to one of you is that I think at this point, persons are expecting a character like Cell to show up in Boruto. So yeah, I'll end it with that.
A question. Do you think there's two theories I have Amado's end goal. It's either to experiment and like create the most powerful version of karma and tech, eventually put in himself, make himself the ultimate human. Because I see like he was all the time just going along with Isshiki. One, to save his own self, of course, and to try and take him out for like human supremacy. So I see it that like eventually he's gonna try and make himself like the ultimate human being or the ultimate being in general. Or he views Kawaki as maybe becoming that ultimate being. What do you guys think about that?
Your dad, you want to take the first take?
I mean, Amado is kind of suspect at this point during the whole manga thing.
Definitely.
Yeah, because I mean, the way he acts towards Kawaki is kind of like something is going on, right? And Kawaki might be some sort of like test subject for him. That's why he kind of like worries about him. Because before he tries it on himself, he might try on Kawaki first. Because since his karma's gone now, he might kind of like use him more of as a test subject than put him on himself. And I do agree with what William just said.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, because I've been thinking about that for a while. Oh, and by the way, I don't mind the pausing of the Otsutsuki stuff right now.
Yeah.
It's cool, and I think they eventually gonna just get back around to it. So yeah.
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 Can I say something? Oh,
yeah, you can say something.
Right. So I don't know if you guys want to hear this because it is kind of like a preview in the V Jump appendix of chapter 57.
No problem.
Yeah, man, no problem, man.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, because I might maybe I don't want to spoil anything for you guys.
I would imagine that preview might just be very top level kind of big.
I'm on Twitter right now, and I'm guessing you guys know who Abdul is. He's like a huge if you guys didn't know, he's a huge Boruto guy.
Oh, he does translation similar to like an organic dinosaur, I guess.
This is on.
That's the main guy from Anime Balls Deep.
Oh, whoa! Sorry, my bad.
So he in his tweet he reads that for V Jump appendix card preview text for chapter 57, facing the new threat with fighting spirit, Boruto and the rest overcame the threat of Isshiki Otsutsuki, but then Code appears, who worships the Otsutsuki, giving rise to new trouble. So 57, Code might pull up to Konoha.
I think if he's gonna, if he pulls up, I don't foresee it being not until like the middle of the chapter or the end of the chapter. Because
I think he might pull up. Yeah, go on.
I was gonna say that because more than likely, Kishi might start the next chapter with it being very Code centric again. Probably have us introduced to this new character, this new female character. Probably have these cyborgs show up and everything. Because or if he does pull up like at the beginning, they'll have to flash back to what happens in that secret base that Bora had where Code is now.
Yeah.
Agreed. I think what I was going to say again. I was saying regarding Amado's endgame. This is my thing with Amado, and this is just what I think. I think for this, I'm really hoping that Amado is a good guy just for this, for the, just for the, just for the progression of the story. This is my thing.
Yeah.
I think, I think that Amado, things. I guess when we get more of Amado's backstory, then it will be confirmed. I think Amado genuinely cares for Kawaki,
I mean, it's
and
possible.
I remember
That could be a possibility. Yeah.
I remember that either Kawaki reminds him of somebody or some, and I think that Amado's care for Kawaki is gonna be revealed when he's on his deathbed. That's what I think.
I think we need to get back Cash and Koji in this story.
Yeah. How did
Yes,
you get? Yeah, how did
KK.
you get Jiraiya's DNA for a clone?
Listen,
Yes, that's going to be very interesting as well. But regarding Amado's endgame, for me, I think I just think that the whole wishing thing. I think maybe Amado had some child's, either some son or some daughter. Something happened to Amado, and like Isshiki promised him like he could have brought them back to life. Like he had a family and he probably lost the family, and Ishiki promised him that he would bring his family back to life, and that's why he probably was so invested in the whole plan. But then when he recognized what's Ishiki's plan, I think he recognized that he really needs to do something about this. That's what I think when it comes down to Amado.
the thing is, until they really clear up this whole wish thing for the members, I'm gonna have to. I wouldn't want to say disagree with what you just said, Akil, but it would kind of still makes no sense why Amado would join Ishiki from the perspective that the members of Kara, including Amado, they're fairly well. Amado's fairly old. He's probably like middle age, right? So he was probably privy. He knows about the Fourth Great Ninja War. He more than likely knows about the Divine Tree from then. So it's like even if Ishiki brings back whoever he brings back, it's like everybody still dies anyway. So so I don't know. Some more details need to be fleshed out.
Yeah, we need a model backstory.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we really do need
Because
Amado
even in
backstory.
this chapter, it's abundantly clear that Amado is leaving out details.
That's true. And
Because
another thing as well, yeah, just one point. Another
Yeah.
thing as well is that Amado made a statement in the manga, and I think you were laughing about it. Amado said something to Naruto and Shikamaru, which suggests to me that Amado, if push comes to shove and his life is on the line, he will sell you out.
I mean, it's
Like,
possible, but
literally,
I was kind of sensing a bit of sarcasm in that when he was talking there. But I mean, it is possible.
I think it, yeah, you were saying, William.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying that it may come across as sarcasm, but I think he was like, like when somebody says something, it sounds like sarcasm, but they're
Yeah.
really telling you the truth. That's the type of vibes I'm getting from Amado. So like Amado is literally saying to us as the audience, and also to Naruto and Sasuke, Naruto and Shikamaru, that yo, if push come to shove and my life is on the line, I'm gonna do everything within my power to save my life, which means selling y'all out. That's
Yeah.
what I get from that statement. So
Yeah.
in that aspect, I can say, okay, he cannot, yeah, they can't really trust him. But I personally, I think for the just for the story, I really hope that Amado is a good guy.
All right. Guess we'll see.
I personally didn't even take it as sarcasm. I found it like he was being straightforward there. Like, if I get captured and get tortured, yo, I'm gonna talk. That is like with the same thing with probably why he went along with Isshiki for so long, because yes, was helping him basically kill maybe dozens, maybe 100 plus kids, who knows. But some people would say I'd rather die, but he probably has a high view of his life and would do whatever to stay alive. Plus, whatever goal he has, whether that was to also try and secretly take down Isshiki.
Yeah.
Because if he had, for example, like just let Isshiki kill him, like denied helping him, Isshiki would have killed him. And then Isshiki would have still went on doing whatever he was doing. Maybe he wouldn't have been successful, but there's a chance he may have.
Yeah.
Amado staying alive and trying to do something on the down low. Well, because if it wasn't for Amado, a lot of what happened wouldn't have gone about how it did. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think it's kind of as like your dad is saying, we really need a Amado and even a Isshiki flashback, because the thing is, Isshiki has been on Earth for like 1,000 years, so even tying Ishiki's, well, apart from the fact that he didn't exist at the time, but taking into consideration his lack of involvement in the Fourth Great Ninja War 2 and why he didn't act there, I mean, we need a flashback from Amado, from Ishiki's perspective, and even Kashin Koji.
I don't see why Isshiki would have acted there though. That is my thing. Like, that's the thing too. Maybe he wasn't even paying attention to art at that time, because from what the anime shows, their main base isn't even on art. So most of the time they're not even on art, except for the outers and some inner members who might be on art. So when the Ninja War was going on, they may not have even been on art, and then he basically probably was like, let it play out, then make a move when everything was ready. Because even if he made a move, he wouldn't have had Kawaki at that time. So would it have made sense?
No, I get what you're saying in that, but I mean, to just be on Earth for 1,000 years, and in terms of their base not being on Earth, I mean, that is a possibility. But even with some of the recent episodes, when Delta left the base, did it seem like she was leaving from like a different dimension?
Oh, because remember, at the few episodes back before Victor died, when they were showing how the blimp actually came about,
yeah,
he saw Victor actually go through a portal and end up where Amado was.
Yeah. All right.
So
yeah, that's true.
He went from Earth to another dimension. So their main base isn't even on Earth.
All right, fair enough. It could still be on Earth, but probably a remote location you can reach by space-time. But yeah, that could still definitely be an excuse. Well, a decent excuse.
Because remember, they also showed a clip of when he got there. It had the like landscape when Naruto and Sasuke fought him, and the same purple sky.
Yeah. True.
And just to add to it as well, and I think they were trying to allude to the fact that, you know, because of Ishiki's mannerism, they could know that he's very, very
and the Isshiki
old.
wine.
Very old. But my thing is, and as I said before, I still can't wrap my head around it, is why did he strike the time that he did, or why, was the case where he was I don't know, because it's still not adding up. I really hope that they really give us something about Isshiki, because it just looked like Isshiki just came out of nowhere.
I mean, it's as William says. I mean, Kawaki is crucial to the plan, but even with that, I still think we need to see what he's been doing for 1,000 years.
Is it? I think we all know that.
Yeah, he didn't exist before, but
Well, not that. I think we all know like the anime will definitely have flashbacks and stuff. Like with Ao or Ao, some people pronounce it like that. Never got flashbacks at like how he even survived, or when he woke up, how he met Kara, how they approached him, and we got that in those 5, 6 episodes. So I think we all know eventually the anime will give stuff like that.
Yeah. It'd be nice to see it in the manga as well, though. Or at least like something of it.
Guys, I have to go.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
it was
no problem.
cool. It was cool. Cool review reaction and stuff as always.
Alright, respect William.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bless up until
the end of my live
whenever.
stream.
Yeah, peace out,
Alright, yeah,
guys.
man.
Wait, I want to ask you guys something.
Yeah.
Do you prefer for for Kawaki and Boruto to be as powerful as Sasuke and Naruto towards the end of the series or towards the beginning of the time skip? That's what I'm saying. Because for me, if they become as strong as Naruto and Sasuke at the beginning of the time skip, I'm gonna have issues there. Because
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying there, but if you think about it, at the end of the day, I think during the end we might get some sort of Otsutsuki invasion or some sort of fifth grade ninja war against Otsutsukis. So and you saw, I mean, in Shippuden that it was I mean, it took 3 of them. It took Sakura and Naruto and Sasuke to defeat Kaguya herself. So they're for sure have to be stronger than them.
I don't think it's a matter of if, but as Akil says, is alright. For me personally, I think I'd be alright for them being as strong as Naruto and Sasuke, or if not midway, like in the 15 years from the 4th Great Ninja War to now. If say Naruto and Sasuke were 10 in the 4th Great Ninja War, right? Just for argument's sake, and they're like at 20 now. Like I would say midway through the time skip, I'd want Kawaki and Boruto to be a 15.
Yeah, midway sounds good.
Yeah, exactly. I would want them to be a 15, like midway through the time skip.
Yeah.
So they
understood, because
yeah.
wait, because why I asked, because you know the power. I know it took a whole heap of like for Sasuke and Naruto to get the power that they have now. It was a lot of power ups. If you understand what I'm saying.
But the funny thing about Naruto and Sasuke, in terms, I mean, at the start of the war, they were very powerful. But within that one arc, they made some ridiculous jumps in one arc. You have to admit that. It is absolutely insane when you think about it, because in the one arc we had Naruto in KCM, then you got TL Beast mode. Then it's like, oh, I can combine TL Beast mode and Sage mode, and then Sage a 6 parts mode, and then all the TL Beasts. It's like, jeez, what is this? So I mean, Sasuke just went from, EMS to Rinnegan and 6 parts power, but it's like it's still a ridiculous jump in one arc.
Do you think we might see the joke on this arc? Hopefully.
During this training with Kawaki and Boruto, as much as I've stopped talking about Jogan, I might have to start talking about it again, but I think we'll get to see it in the training. Because at this point, I think Kishi, if he's reviewing everything Boruto, like as he writes these chapters, I don't know, something with Toneri has to come into place at some point.
Yeah.
And by extension, the Jogan.
That's true. That's true. And to go back to the whole 5 Kage
Summit.
the whole 5 Kage thing. I'm wondering if this could cause one of the Kages to want to work with Code. You understand what I'm saying?
But it depends on,
like as in well, it depends, because this is my thing. I just think that I can understand if the Kages get furious at the fact that Konoha have Amado, Boruto, and Kawaki alive. That is just my thing.
Yeah.
Because right now, like the fact that you have a Kara inner member as a member of your village, that alone is like betrayal to the Five Kage Treaty or whatever they had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So
And I can definitely see some disagreements on that 5 Kage table. But I don't know. It's just like, I'm gonna tell you, it's kind of like how the Kage have been portrayed in the manga and even the anime so far. Kishi would have to really take from like the novels in terms of the present Kage disagreeing to really push them. I don't know, I just don't see them like some massive disagreement at the meeting.
I think there needs to be a massive disagreement. Like I really think that there just like how the first one that we saw in Shippuden, how that was intense.
Yeah.
I think this one needs to be even more intense than that, because this is my thing. If you're going to raise the stakes, of the series so that you can attract more persons to the series. I think you have to do stuff like that. I think you have to do stuff like that, because I just cannot swallow, the other Kages being okay with Amado being a part of Konoha's team. That's just my thing.
I think they'll bring it up definitely. But I think like the how should I put it? The shadow of a new 10 tails and persons who are 10 tails level and up in terms of threats, I think they'll be like, alright, cool. Listen, we disagree with this fam, but we realize we kind of need him in the grand scheme of things. So we'll keep him under watch, but we'll go along. That's kind of how I see it going. Your dad, what do you think?
Yeah, what do you think?
I mean, I do see some sort of tension going on, especially with the whole Isshiki, Code, and the Ten Tails thing. But I mean, I don't really see them going intense like Shippuden was intense, right?
Yeah.
But I would see some sort of like disagreement, probably from Tsuchikage, or maybe Raikage. Because Gaara might side with Naruto.
Especially the Raikage, considering that you remember in the anime where them again, even forget him, Deepa killed some of the Cloud Ninja men. Yeah. So I'm saying, and then when you think about how the fact that you had an outer member of Kara being such a high influential member in the rock hidden in the stone village. Trust me, I just think that I really can't swallow that Kage summit. I wouldn't mind if that Kage summit ends in a it just ends with them agreeing to disagreeing, like they literally go their way. So they agree that they're going to agree to something, some resolution there, but then when they turn their backs, they're going to have their own plan or their own agenda.
Yeah.
I could see some
because I can't.
I mean, maybe I'm pushing too much right now, but do you see maybe Code pulling a Sasuke during the Kage Summit?
That could happen.
Yo, that would be hype.
That could happen.
That would be hype. I could see that happening.
But then
like come out of like uses come out of the shadows or something.
And I could see him give them an ultimatum. So he could literally give them an ultimatum of give me Kawaki, give me the names of so and so and so within a specific time frame or the world is going to end. I could literally see that as well.
The problem I low-key do have with Boruto villains is that, remember Shippuden? Like Pain and Madara did have some sort of meaning to it. They wanted peace, right? Infinite Tsukuyomi or like pit cycle of hatred or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope Kishimoto does improve like on code because right now he's just
Kind
out
of low.
for
Wait, hold on.
revenge.
It's kind of low in your background, Akil.
Yeah. All right, sir. So
Just mute for a little bit.
Yeah, because I mean, Code is out here just like almost like a Sasuke move, just out here for revenge. I really hope the Kishimoto has more like meaningful presence to his villains, not just for revenge.
Your dad. What I'm gonna say is that I violently agree with you because I've said it myself as well. As much as I like Boruto, I think it's a fun. I think it's a good series, but
it is a good series. Yeah,
but in terms of villains, yeah, like the
it's
interest
lacking there. Yeah,
it's lacking compared to like Naruto, honestly. And I'm hoping Kishi
Pain
can do something.
Yeah, the whole cycle of hatred, maybe the whole modern speech, it hit different.
Yeah, trust me. And I think those characters had like a presence on screen too.
Yeah.
It's like I think that with Boruto villains, I think that with Boruto villains is like, yeah, they're cool. They're
Otsutsuki really don't have meaning.
Yeah, there's like nothing you can really.
They just want
empathize with.
They want to eat the chocolate fruit. Okay, I mean that's cool,
but,
I guess. But I need some meaningful impact to villains that can kind of like have a meaningful presence. Yeah,
and I think
because
I think just before you go, Akil, I think that's why persons have been loving what they've been doing with Code in the anime, because it adds so much personality to what we've been getting in the manga by comparison. So I think what they've done with Code in the anime is the next step what Boruto needs to do with its villains, and then they need to at least add another layer so we can empathize and see where these villains are coming from. And that's really what Kishi needs to do to really up the villains, I would say.
Because even deeper, my problem with deeper is that deeper wants to eat it, wants to experience different flavors of this world.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, why? We didn't get a backstory for that.
Why? That was up to now that hasn't been established. It really, I know, because Deepa had so much potential. In fact, Deepa was badass himself, but that just annoyed me. Like you wanted to eat the chocolate fruit. Like, why do you want to eat the chocolate fruit?
Like this is why like Zabuza and Haku are still like meaningful. We still remember them.
Yeah, trust me. Like, oof. Like I've been watching Roger's Beast, his watch through of the Naruto series, and it's like when he was at the Zabuza part, I'm like, yo, part 1 Naruto is still the best out of all the parts, honestly. In terms of Deepa though, I kind of view Deepa kind of like I don't think every character you have to get an explanation, because it's kind of like I kind of view Deepa like a hidden. It's like yeah. So, but the fact that we haven't really got much on anybody villain wise, it's like I can see why you'd be disappointed, Akil.
Somebody had a message, sent a message in the chat. You want to address it?
Let me look. SI Rods. So you're telling me this whole time they have been being stronger than Naruto and Sasuke? Boy, SI, it does. If you're still here, that is, it seems so, because listen, fam, this guy Amado is obviously the Dr. Gero or Dr. Jiro of the Naruto universe. So it's like we're just waiting on Cell at this point. We're waiting on a being that has the DNA of Naruto, Sasuke, Isshiki, I don't know, Madara. So mix up at this point. That's all I can say. But what I'll ask, guys, in terms of the villains not necessarily being the best there is, would you say the lack of, when it comes down to the manga, the lack of support for supporting characters is a factor in that?
Like 100%.
What were you saying, your dad?
Could you repeat your question? Sorry, I was paying attention.
That's alright. I was just saying, do you think the lack of support for supporting characters in the manga specifically is a factor as to why we haven't gotten the type of Naruto villain quality that we want.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a monthly manga, so I think they gotta put in as much as they can.
Like,
But this is, yeah.
and I don't want to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy. Like, before I was saying that, the monthly format is working against the series, and this is kind of reason why things are this way with X or Y or Z. But I'm gonna be that guy and compare it to Attack on Titan. And I mean, I think Attack on Titan is the only other monthly manga I've ever read. And trust me, like 50 chapters in, like I don't know if I can even use the monthly format as an excuse for Boruto anymore. I don't know. I don't think I can.
No, I don't think it should be used as an excuse. This is my thing. With the monthly manga, you have a month to, and I figured they probably planned the story prior to the month. It's just they probably planned the story like ahead and so forth. But my thing is that with the monthly manga, you have more time, you have more room to develop the story properly to avoid plot holes. So my thing is that I really thought that the manga would have done a better job in terms of developing characters like Sarada and Mitsuki and also the villains as well. And I'm someone who just started reading anime, the Boruto manga last year March. Last year March, or February, one of them. So it has been very disappointing. And as I said before, the fight scenes, I just think that the fights are too short. Like, yes, and persons tend to be very crazy about animation, but to be honest, for me, animation is nice, but what
you like when the source material
love,
at least puts in effort as well.
Yes, because for example, like, right, so like for example, Jigen, right?
Yeah.
Jigen is supposed to be the big bad of the big bad of the series. The drip that I've gotten from Isshiki, I'm sorry, Ishiki's drip can't even be compared to Orochimaru. When Orochimaru was introduced into the series, Orochimaru was, it was just like, oh my God, who is this person? And when we finally met him, it was like, oh my God, he is the strongest person in this entire story.
Like, it's like the funny thing is, even though we've gotten some, flashbacks with Orochimaru, we still to this day haven't had like a elaborate flashback for Orochimaru, I would say. And to this day, I would say Orochimaru is better than any Boruto villain.
Exactly. Exactly. And another thing as well, like even with the fight with what's your name again? Delta. Even with the fight with Delta, because I was reading over the fact, my problem with the fight with Delta, I think, and well, it's because it's a month, so yeah, they can understand that, was that it was just a fight between two powerhouses. That's it.
Yeah, there was a real strategy from it. Like, I mean,
it wasn't. The strategy was more along the lines of Naruto, like, because Naruto was being very mindful of his surroundings, because he never want the surrounding areas to be damaged. It just felt like it was just a battle between two powerhouses, and that's it.
Yeah, I get what you mean. But I think when it comes on to the anime, though, I mean, I know you don't want to depend on the anime, but I know they'll fix the problems there. But I totally get where you're coming from, man. Honestly.
Your dad?
Sorry, I was talking to my dad. What'd you say?
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
That's fine.
The irony.
I was asking if you wanted to say anything about the villains.
No, I mean, I think I said my part, you said your part.
Yeah.
So I can't really expand on, except for maybe give me something to kind of like attract me into the villains, I guess. Kind of something I can relate to.
Yeah, I get you. We have SI Rods in the chat saying, I used to complain about how the anime sucked and the manga was monthly, but now I really appreciate how much Boruto we truly get in the end compared to other anime. We get so much content. What do you guys think about that comment?
I think it's a fair compliment.
Yeah.
I think it's a fair compliment.
I think it's fair as well, but yeah, but I think part of that is just, and some persons I think to this day would still say it as well, is kind of like them milking the series probably. But getting a lot of content and getting quality content is two different things.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the thing at the end of the day.
I mean, I cross my fingers. I really hope this goes at least bi-weekly in the future. So
That
we
would
can
be
get
nice.
more.
Yes.
That would
But-
be nice.
I mean, it's all up to
Yeah.
Kimoto and Kishimoto.
Yes, bi-weekly, especially if they decide to give it a rebrand and give it a new name, that would be bi-weekly.
Hopefully, I
would
don't
be-
know. Yeah, Boruto Shippuden, whatever they call it. I hope
I don't want them to call it Shippuden.
It's not. Yeah, it's not gonna. It's not
Yeah, I
gonna be called
understand.
Shippuden, but I just call it Shippuden for now because that's
Yeah,
what
Understood.
until further notice, it's a placeholder. Oh
Understood.
my god. Any final comments? Because I think I wanna wrap up because
yeah, I
I
was
still
gonna
wanna
leave too.
actually record my separate review after rereading the chapter again. So any final
Okay.
comments from you guys?
Okay, so my final comments is I'm just looking forward to seeing the anime episodes this month.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm starting to see that the anime episodes they're actually giving us an idea of what to expect in the upcoming chapters. That's what I'm realizing.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see what sort of clues that I can draw from the anime episodes to give me an idea of what they might come up with for the next month manga.
Alright, fair enough. Your dad?
I mean, final comments is, I hope they keep up like with this kind of pace. It's
Mm.
going good. Like, not manga wise, is not that bad. Anime wise, also I don't mind it. Also, some people will kind of like hate on it because it's going slow, but I really think it like with this pace of the anime right now, they're really fleshing out as much as they can, and which is kind of like a good thing.
Yeah.
So I hope they do keep this kind of like attitude in the future
Yeah.
and not just give us like BS content, I guess.
Alright, fair enough.
Okay. Wait, I want to say something. Sorry about that.
Oh, alright.
At the pace at which you're going, we could literally get the Naruto versus Delta fight in May, June, you know. And we could literally get Sasuke Naruto versus Isshiki this year.
I mean, I was one of the person that was saying that I was expecting the anime to reach to the end of the Naruto and Sasuke versus Isshiki round 1 fight this year, but I don't see it going past that this year. Unless if they go past it, my theory is that the time skip is, well, it's near, but I think it's going to be extremely near manga wise. And once the anime reaches to that point, the anime will pause or go on hiatus or whatever. That's if they pass the Jigen fight this year. Either that or a bunch of canon fillers. That's my theory.
Because they're moving very fast.
I mean, once episode 193 comes in, there'll basically be a chapter 26 though. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So bad.
That's
Not
it.
so bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys.
Nice.
It was great having you on. Your dad, this is the first time you're coming on stream and talking to me, right?
Yeah,
Yo, respect and thanks, man, because
no problem.
I
I
appreciate
enjoy
it.
content. I've been watching it for a while now.
Oh, nice. Thanks, man. I appreciate the support. But respect for tuning in again. Probably, I don't know if you know, but I usually have end of month live streams, like subscriber live streams. So if you're available on the day I decide to do it, then you're always welcome to join.
Yeah, no problem. I'll see if my schedule's Not busy. I'll join for sure.
I know. Being
Wait,
productive member of
Because I have
society.
exam season coming up. For the so.
I know. All right, thanks, guys.
Sanjay,
Huh?
are we talking about Black Clover at the end of month? I want to join that discussion.
I don't see why not. The end of month, you already know the end of month is usually anything goes unless I decide that we're focusing on a specific topic. But the end of month is usually for you guys and anything you guys want to talk about. So yeah.
All right.
So all right.
All right. Later.
Yeah, man. Thanks again, your
All
dad.
right. Peace.
Yeah, man.
No problem.
All right, guys. Let me disconnect from this here. Alright, so I just want to say, guys, thanks again for coming out to tonight's live stream. Of course, the review for this chapter, my package review, will be up tomorrow, hopefully between 8:30 Eastern Standard Time and 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, because I'm going to try work on that tonight. So, yeah, but respect for coming out. It was fun talking to you guys and interacting. Nice stream. The stream will be it will be available as soon as it finishes processing. So if you want to go over the stream, I guess it's 2 hours. So yeah, so it'll be available on the channel. But yo, just thanks for coming out again. If you've already liked, subscribed, and all of that, respect. Even if you didn't and you just came out, then respect all this, see 'em. But anyway, Sanjae Uchiha here, people, and I'll see you in the review. 20,000 subs. Okay, now this is embarrassing. The stream not ending.